Captain, you are of the military stock. This doesn't happen unless there is a problem. Nigerian military or security agents have been known to excel in UN missions and even peacekeeping missions across the continent and across the world. So why are we not moving forward here? Or why are we seeming not to move forward? I think that's a better
I
word.
used to be of the military. In fact,
Okay, sorry. You used to be of the military.
I am what people call barrack boy. I was born there, bred there, and I come from an upline of soldiers, you know, like 3 generations, through to my father and me. And I tell you, the military tradition is one that is still very much in those of us that were born there. You can take us right out, we can leave, but it stays. You see, the soldier is trained to be long-suffering. That's why he can go into very, very, very adverse areas and turn it to his playground. It takes a lot. Our soldiers don't have a history of what we have learned to call accidental discharge. They don't shoot anyhow. The day a soldier points his muzzle, the muzzle of his weapon, at anyone, the chances are 99 to 1 that he means to shoot. But it takes time for him to get there.
So those soldiers are shot in there meant to shoot in there?
From my take, from what I know, that action is actually a culmination of so many remote occurrences. What happened that day, as in the loss of their men, was the immediate cause. Okay, but there have been bottled up effects. Okay, now, looking at it, I'll tell you something. Every soldier doesn't follow his commander to the battlefield. Bullets and bombs are dropping. He follows his commander on to death. He doesn't do that because he's programmed. He doesn't do that because he's jinxed. He does that because he believes in his leader. So where your soldiers stop believing in you, there's been an infraction of leadership. The infraction of leadership here could have been caused by so many other things. But look at it this way. In Africa, in my language, we have a proverb that the day a teenage girl calls an elder by his middle name, then some things have started happening that shouldn't be happening. So for a soldier to leave his immediate commanders, to leave his intermediate commanders, and shoot at the GOC, we should really, really not focus on the soldiers and what they've done. I'm not holding brief for them. For having done that, they're going to take a measure of disciplinary action. And the commander who is there also has questions to answer.
Okay, Derek, let's look at the political nature of all these things happening now and tie it together. Do you think it will affect the search for these girls?
I don't think it's going to affect the search for these girls in any way.
Sorry, is it affecting it?
It's not. It's not.
So we're making progress.
We're making progress. We're making, like Dr. Ekomu said, we got people from the United States, from all over the world, those sitting down, doing all what they could do, sharing intelligence and looking at the way, try to locate where those girls are, for them to be able to see what they can do. But my take on that is that it's going to be very difficult, to rescue these children at this point in time. There will be some level of dialogue. I've looked through all the history of rescue operation from 1970 Black September Olympic. 20 people, look at what happened. The most successful I've ever seen is Entebbe rescue operation. And that of Entebbe is quite different because they know where they are located. The Israeli came in the midnight and they were able to, in fact, the commander died.
Okay, Derek, please, just hold your thoughts. I'll come back to you. We need to take this caller. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, gentlemen in the studio.
Good morning, Tunde.
So, I need to important point here. See, when we are talking about fighting insurgency, there is something that is missing. In the midst of corruption, honestly, insurgency will thrive. And that is why I disagree with Mr. Ekomu. I don't know whether I got the name correctly. See, the military, either we like it or not, the military has been compromised. And why is the military compromised? It's because of corruption. And that is why they are not armed, they are not equipped. And the war against insurgency now, it has taken another dimension. You need to introduce so many weaponry for you to tackle this insurgency. And secondly, the Mr. President is facing a dilemma. See, to jettison his 2015 agenda. Because by the time you want to pick on leave B, pick on Mr. C, because you want to satisfy some political agenda, then you won't be able to tackle the problem holistically. And he's afraid, because I don't want to, this guy is in support of my 2015 agenda, and we suspect that he's part of or fronting or being part of this insurgency. You want to pick the guy up. And that is the problem we are facing. Mr. President should tackle this problem. Nobody is a sacred cow here.
All right.
If the governor is involved, go there and arrest the governor and follow the due course of law.
All right,
and
thank you.
I wish Mr. President can listen to this. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tunde. Thank you. Mr. Komo, you'll respond to all of this, but let's just finish with Dari.
So what I'm saying is that there should be some level of dialogue. They may call it negotiation or whatsoever, but I know something may be going underground, which of course we may not have privilege to have those information, aside the issue of operational to. So, but it's important also, there must be kind of level of diplomacy on how they have to talk to get these people, and how they have to, because I said something the other time, when there was this problem in I think in Philippines, Abu Sayyaf group, they abducted 20 journalists. And they try as much as possible to get them out. They could not rescue them. They have to cunningly drag Muammar Gaddafi into that. Whether Muammar Gaddafi paid ransom, whether how he did it, at least they got those 20 journalists out. And after, the Allied forces went after those people and actually got them. So I even suggested at a point that we know, a country like Iran, some of these Arab nations, of course, probably diplomatically may bring them